Every time I visit Fort Drum, it just knocks my socks off. The quality of the people, the teamwork, and the product are just utterly amazing. Fort Drum is a special place. It just does such an amazing job in its #1 mission, preparing our soldiers to fight for us and defend us, but in many other ways, taking care of the families. And the liaison with the community is just incredible. It's envied by military bases throughout the country. So Fort Drum is just, its striving for excellence is amazing. And of course, we're cognizant, Congressman Owens and I are cognizant, that in these difficult economic times, Fort Drum is one of the few bright spots economically in our North Country economy and in our upstate New York economy in general, because Fort Drum's economic waves spread outward beyond Jefferson County and certainly into central New York and other parts of the North Country in terms of jobs and in terms of bringing dollars into the community. It's important for any New York representative, whether it's the Congress member representing the district of Fort Drum or the senator representing the whole state, to really make Fort Drum an extremely high priority in our congressional agenda. And that's really why we're here. When the commanding officer says, here's what we need, we say, yes, sir. The same is true of when the civilian community gets together and talks about what is needed for housing or for health care to make the base community relationship stronger and better. And they've given us a list of things there in terms of trying to build more housing, in terms of trying to get quality medical care, particularly some of the gaps in the hospitals here because of a shortage of certain types of physicians, so that soldiers or civilians who, for instance, have cranial injuries don't have to go all the way to Syracuse. And so we're going to work on all of these things. Congressman Owens and I have been given our orders. We're proud to take them, and we want to assure the entire community, both military and civilian here in Jefferson County, that we will do everything we can as a team to get those things done. The team of Schumer and Senator Gillibrand and Congressman Owens, we will try to replicate the success that the team of Senator Clinton, Senator Schumer, and Congressman McHugh had in upcoming years.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
As we all understand, Fort Drum is very important, both from a national security perspective, but also to the local economy. And we're going to be very focused on that process. Senator Schumer spoke about the idea of focusing on physician recruitment to the area. That's an issue throughout the New York 23rd, but in particular to this particular area. And we're going to be focused on that, and we're hoping that out of the new health care legislation, we're going to see some real improvements in that process.
Senator, folks here are working on a 30% cut to the operating budget of Fort Drum. Is that acceptable, a 30% cut to the operating budget, and what is going to be done going forward?
Frankly, I was shocked when I heard about it. 30% is a huge cutback. It affects the quality of life here at the base, and it affects civilian employment rather significantly here in Jefferson County. And this was an Army decision, but it's the good news in a certain sense, not very good news, but at least good in terms of building a coalition. This was done across the board at bases throughout the country. So having heard of this, Congressman Owens and I are going to form an alliance with others who have large military bases in their constituency and try to get some of that money restored.
As you can imagine, a 30% reduction in this type of funding will have a dramatic effect on the services that are being offered. I don't think that that has been fully mapped out yet by Fort Drum or by the military in general, but clearly it's going to have a dramatic effect if it's allowed to go forward in that form. So we're going to be moving very rapidly to see if we can get some of that funding restored so that we don't see a reduction in services.
We're going to try to get as much of it back as we can.